Audio is going good. It might be a little delayed, but we are good. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you with me as always. Let me check something real quick. See if I can sync offset. Let me see if I can get this going real quick. I'm using a little bit of a different method to to get my tracking in order. So let me know if it's actually working well. That's a 20 millisecond delay. Let me know if it needs more or less or what have you. Also, hey, Magenta, how you doing? Hydrate, you got it. Lovely. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Hope everyone's having a wonderful time of things. We've just started the week, but for some of us, it's a bit of a short week. So at the very least, we can take some solace in that. But yes, we're getting back into TerraFirmaGreg. I'm thankful that my headache has actually started to abate because I had the worst headache after eating and just wanted to do nothing more than lay down and go to sleep. But then I'd never be able to give anyone shit for being late to a collab ever again because I'd sleep through my own stream. So yeah, we're not doing that. But yeah, we're going to be doing some TerraFirmaGreg today. I've done a couple of things in the background. I've started work on a house, and I've also found out something that's kind of groundbreaking that I didn't realize was a thing. So sorry, headaches suck. They do. They do. Yeah, I've gotten pretty frequent headaches, especially since I got glasses. Nothing will give you more headaches than having glasses, but usually they're not too bad. I know what it is right now. Right now, it's caffeine withdrawal because I don't have any soda. But it is what it is. I deal with it, and we take it as it comes. But yeah, don't have too much to say for this one. If you want any of the updates on any of the background projects, once again, I encourage you to either check out the Blue Sky, my Discord, or the Apotheosis Discord. Apotheosis Discord is where I usually am. On my Discord, I post the schedule stuff as well as any updates for things, and I'll usually say something about it on Blue Sky as well. So that's all I've really got to say for that one. So let's go ahead and get into the game, shall we? And boom. Alrighty, welcome back to TerraFirmaGreg, and it looks like my edits for the performance is actually pretty good. So, as I said, we did start a bit of a house plan. You can see it over here if you look past all of these scattered things. You can see it's actually a pretty big floor plan. So what I'm thinking to do for this one is I'm thinking, if anyone else has played Assassin's Creed 2, I'm sure you have. If you remember the Auditore house in Florence, I had to stop myself from saying Firenze. How it sort of had that look of a wraparound interior with a courtyard in the center. I'm thinking of doing that, like an Italian Renaissance sort of thing. I have no idea how I'm going to actually get that to work, but I'm going to try. And we're actually at the point where we're starting to get some mobs spawning. And as for this all used to be a giant pit. It still is over here, as you can see. But if I look down here, yeah, we just got a whole bunch of slabs. I shouldn't have used hickory for that, honestly. I should have grabbed the hickory slabs for here. But we got a whole bunch of slabs supporting all of this dirt. That's just staying there. Because thankfully, if you put it on top of an immovable block, it won't fall. Usually. I've been having some weirdness with it, where if something falls into it, sort of, then it just completely disappears. So that's a bit strange, but we take it as it comes. We've also been doing a lot more in terms of the iron. Actually, my newest batch of iron has, ow, good bonk. I have no idea if it picked up the audio. I have no idea if it continues to pick up the audio, but that's one thing I haven't quite addressed yet. But yes, so I have been mining. I've actually got quite a bit of iron. Like you can see that's a full stack, and that's 4,600 millibuckets. I heard a really weird sound over there. What did I just hear? No audio? Oh, well. I don't know what to do about that one. So I'm going to have to look up some stuff in the background. But rest assured that there is audio and that it does let me know when I'm bonked. Even if it doesn't play it for you guys, it does play it for me. So I do know. But yes, one thing that I didn't realize, we have quests. Literally, how I found this, right? I was watching someone else. It was a Let's Play. I was just watching them to find out how to better mine in this pack. Because a lot of times you can inadvertently cause cave-ins. So I was trying to find out the best ways to mine. And it was like, oh yeah, let's just pop in. And that's a quest completed. And it's like, oh, huh. Okay, you got quests. Cool. Wait, TerraFirmaGreg has quests? And yeah, turns out it does. It very much does. And I've ignored it this entire time. So we're going to go through and like a lot of this stuff, a lot of this we've already done. A lot of it. So thank you for choosing our mod pack. The fun starts right now. Yeah, it does. May this world be blessed with your existence. Oh, that's nice. Find the tree Kapolk. I have no idea where Kapolk is. And I have no Callan clay, which is unfortunate. I need Callanite powder for Callan clay. Or I need something else. No, I just need Callanite clay. Okay, cool. Let's look at the other stuff. Rock and stone. Found sticks. Have we found pebbles? We found pebbles plenty of times before. But they want us to find pebbles. So let's just grab some pebbles. Do we have some over here? We do. There we go. We'll grab some pebbles. Hooray. And we get nothing from that. Okay. Primitive lighter, we did. We get nothing from it. Make a fire. Format error. Throw 3 sticks and 1 log onto the block. Okay. I did that, but I guess we'll have to do it again. Important information about the quests. Okay. The quests are still in development. More descriptions and more will be added in the future. You can partially use the TFC book to find the information you need. Okay. That's what I've been doing. Look at regular water, not salty or hot. You drink water in order not to die. Yep, we did that. Just look at it. Okay. Let's go look at regular ass water. Ow. Hey, Eli, how's it going, bud? And we're looking at the water. I'm even drinking the water. Look at that. Go the extra mile. I very much... Ow. Yeah, I heard you. You're here. I got you. I'm looking at the water. It's not doing it. Oh, well. How to capture territory. You can private the chunks you want if you play on a server. Don't need it. Ore generation. No bonk sound. Yeah, I know. I've been trying, but there's only so much I can do in between stuff. I hope everything's going well with you, bud. In TerraFirmaGreg, ore is generated more interestingly than anywhere else. That's a weird way to say that, but all right. 1. Each ore appears in its own rock. TFC adds many different rocks to the world. That is, you won't find a regular vanilla stone anywhere. So ores, like in real life, are... Yeah, we know this stuff. Wait, there's an Excel link? What the hell? We've got an Excel table for ore generation. Okay, that might be useful. Breaking a block of ore with a sledgehammer gives you crushed ore, which can be crushed by hand into powders such as graphite or sulfur. That's true. And it also gives a higher yield, I believe. How to create a team. Don't need one. Pebbles with ore. Oh, man. They want me to get all the pebbles. Can you have an external audio file that plays the same way you have StreamerBot playing sounds for alerts or something? I can. But I want to get the Waldo one to work on its own. Because I took great pains to get that timed properly. So I want to be able to capture the audio from Waldo. So I'm going to look into that. Don't you worry. Yeah, some of this I don't think I've actually found. I haven't found magnetite. I don't think I found malachite bits. The rest I think I have. Or we're gonna just move on from that. Find any seeds. We found seeds. Let's go get some seeds. We're just gonna catch ourselves up here. Eventually, we will have to get some Cal and clay. Where? Here. Pumpkin seeds. Look at that. We got pumpkin seeds. Hooray. And it wants us to have a stone hoe, stone axe, stone knife. Well, stone spear, that's fine. We can just grab one of these javelins. Lovely. Stone knife, we've got one right there. Cool. Stone axe, we don't have. We can make one, though. So let's just nap one out. And boom. What else do we need? Stone hoe. And the tongs. The tongs we have. I believe the hoe is... Yes. Even though we have better axes and hoes. Hooray, we did it. We can get rid of them. Okay, now plow the ground. We've already done that. Harvest your first harvest. We've already done that. We also missed the shovel. Oh, fuck. Eli, appreciate the bits, bud. That was a little laggy. I don't know why. Well, I probably know why. It was probably the particle effects on it. I feel like this audio still needs to, well, it's probably not the audio. I don't know. But yeah, it does work. Appreciate it, bud. I haven't been able to test that properly for obvious reasons. Pineapple yarn? What the hell? Has something else that it connects to down here? Yeah, it's the spindle that connects to it. Okay. So, Cal and clay. Does this have anything to say about Cal and clay or Kale and clay? I have no idea. Entry index of every chapter available. Would it be in like just a general clay one? Fire clay? No. That stuff about kaolinite powder. I'm not sure. What was that? Got 200 bits randomly at some point, so I figured I'd test that for you. Appreciate it, bud. It's always very appreciated. Okay. My mouth movements are a little jank. But I'm trying something that like auto zooms my camera so it should focus on me better. So you should be able to see a little more responsiveness. Let's eat this sugarcane sandwich. The sugarcane was about to go bad. I just wanted to do it. Why not? I did a Twitch RPG thing sometime. We got a reward, but I can't remember. That sounds right. That sounds right. Okay, so let's see. Is kaolin a type of rock? It is. No, it's a clay. It's the clay you find around. Okay. Okay, so we just need to find that somewhere. So let me see. Let me look something up here. See if we can find it. Kaolinite is an ore found in sedimentary rocks, blah, 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 like claystone, shale limestone, chalk. Okay, sure. Blood lilies growing on the area. Only bloom warmer seasons and blend with regular grass during the colder seasons. Okay. Okay, so we can go and check some things. Your mouth tracking definitely needs a little work. I know. Yeah, it's going to be a constant work in progress, but it is a lot more interesting than it was. Especially with the eye tracking. The eye tracking is fucking on point. I can look wherever I want to. And it just goes with it. It just goes with it. Okay, so I think we had claystone down here somewhere. I think. This is still shirt. This is still shirt. But I believe, like, to the southeast, we had claystone. Now it's just raining. It's okay. The rain works. The rain works. Yeah, I think it's essentially saying any clay. Maybe not any clay, but maybe any clay that I find, like claystone stuff, would be kaolinite. You get a little tracking dots to place around your head. Oh my god. Can you imagine a full mocap suit? Like something that Doobie does? Just for something like this? Man. I could not drop $42,000 on a camera. I just, no. No, I ain't built for it. I ain't built for it. I wish I was, but man. Getting rain here now? Hell yeah. You gotta love the rain. Oh, that was a risky jump. There we go. Nice and easy. Yeah, I know that the mouth tracking is going to continue to be kind of weird for a long while, honestly. It's going to be kind of weird. But I'm hoping to keep improving upon it. Because, man, Waterdo takes too much in terms of resources for it to not be better. It really does. Evidenced by the fact that I had to do improvements for the sake of performance. Yeah, that's something that I would not do unless I needed to do it. But I'm hoping that once I've actually got things all settled, all sorted, I might have to move around some things in my setup a little more. I don't know yet. But hopefully it will end up being better. And I know one performance thing that really would help is if I had some sort of external tracking. If it wasn't just my computer taking care of it, but you know, it is what it is. That's more money for me to spend. And more money I don't have. It's real unfortunate. Did you ever get the goggle thing working where your goggles drop over your eyes? I have forgone that for now. So the drone toggle is no longer a thing on 3.2. I could add it if I really wanted to. I could add it. But I don't really want to go through the trouble just because I don't really use it. You know? It's fun. It's kind of kooky. Kind of different. But it's not necessary. It's not necessary in the slightest. I want to say it's down toward this direction too. I also did change the colors of all these tags to something a little more representative of what they are. We lost Drone Boys. The Drone Boys are still there. They're still around somewhere. They're just not attached to me. They're independently operated now. They have freedom. Just like everything I build once, and none of them are going to get. Because I can't trust them to operate in a civilized society. Are they tracking Buddy now? I will neither confirm nor deny. He watches this stream. As evidenced by the fact that he is moderator. I will neither confirm nor deny the existence of tracking drones set to Buddy's location 24/7. feel like we should be getting some claystone sooner or later. We're getting granite, we're getting diorite, we're getting a lot of stuff that we don't really need. Still a very dangerous move making a moderator. His permissions are very slim. It's a lot of automated things that I can just essentially borrow his computing power. But he does have to be logged onto the stream. So, yeah. It's not a perfect system, but it's not as bad as it sounds, at the very least. Because granted, it sounds real bad. Not going across anything too interesting yet. What is that over there? I see a little patch of something darker than the marble here. Okay, it might just be limestone. I don't know if that's limestone. I think that might be like granite. Yeah, it's granite. Okay, that's granite. As long as it doesn't shut power down while you're streaming. No, he does not have access to the circuit breakers. It's kind of like child-proofing your house, except it's all just CAPTCHA locks. It's all just like, solve this CAPTCHA. Oh, it is scary, though. AIs are starting to get good at solving CAPTCHAs, and it's... Oh, claystone. Nice. We're looking for blood lilies. I have no fucking clue what a blood lily looks like. Are you a blood lily? You're a butterfly milkweed. It says they bloom during the warmer months, but it is early summer. We have been at this a while. Oh, we're not even in the... not even in the claystone anymore. Okay, the claystone extends that away. Okay, well then we'll go up there. What we got here? Siderite. Ooh, hell yeah. We got some tin. Great waypoint. Tin, and tin is dark gray. Had an issue with a couple engineering class buddy bots finding power supply conduits and causing some mayhem. I believe it. If you tell me it's hard coded into them, I absolutely believe it. They're just born to be troublemakers. Ethereum. It's loam clay grass, but it's not kaolinite. So I guess clay can exist around the claystone. I know, shocker, but bear with me. It's not just all kaolin clay, which is unfortunate. Because I do want the kaolinite. I have no idea how far down that mountain I can actually go and still find claystone. What was that? Siderite. Oh, it's more tin. It stretches on a while. Our own engineers are working hard to find the source code for the BuddyBot core processing systems. Thought we found it at one point, but that was just a public release listed as source. Yeah. It's strange. It's like it keeps changing places. And yes, I do have a zoom now, but it doesn't seem to have smooth movement like the Optifine one, which I would like to have. I should see about changing that up a little. But I did add, I believe, like Easy Zoom or something like that to this, just because I was sick of not having a zoom. I really was. Brome grass. No, you're not it. So it's a different BuddyBot moving the source code as a joke. Yeah, it's mine. It's moving the source code because he knows that I'm trying to find it. Dandelion. Last one of the season. Oh, sugarcane. I'll take the sugarcane. Why not? I know that I'm not actually using sugarcane to make things like paper or what have you. But there's still a voice in my head that's like, collect it. Take it. You know you need to. I can't fathom where any of this kaolinite is. We're gonna be on a search for a while. And I did make a new flask. Or rather, I repaired the old flask. Because as it turns out, when your old flask basically gets dead, you can just add a bladder to it and it will renew itself. So that's pretty good. You don't have to keep wasting leather on it. I assume the iron one probably works the same way. Have our coders link you up at some point so you can coordinate the search. I've searched pretty much everywhere there is to search with Buddy. And there's just nothing. Just straight gas nothing. Let's drop down a little. Ow. Ow. Knew that was going to happen. Tulip. Okay. Just want to find some kaolinite. Oxide daisy. Yeah, it's true. They probably won't be sprouting up too much out here just because it's nighttime. So I'm better off probably looking at the grass itself rather than looking for a flower that may or may not be in bloom. Can you look up what this lily thing is in JEI so you know what it looks like? You know what? I can. That's a good idea. Fuck, what was it? Blood lily? That's pretty wild looking. Okay, so it does kind of look like I assumed it to be. I assumed it to be something like a spider lily sort of thing. But I'm not seeing anything of the sort, which I wouldn't, considering. Still claystone? Yeah, still claystone. And I don't actually know. I don't know if... I assume spider lilies probably close up in the night, right? They probably do. Yeah, I'm not finding a whole lot of anything. No idea. Yeah, me neither. Not a botanist. I got a hibiscus. Lovely. More hibiscus. Oh, a bunny. Good eats. I hear something else here. Something moving. Oh, another bunny. Lovely. Killed a bunny, I did. Because it's delicious. And we are running low on food. I haven't been the greatest on food recently. So that just is what it is. We also need... We need some hickory. We need some hickory logs. I gotta call Magenta down the Death Sound God to her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I probably shouldn't laugh at that. I'm sorry. But at least it's not going to waste. Take heart in that. The Benui will keep me going. Acacia? What the hell is Acacia doing this far north? Okay, I'll take it. Why not? Also, what is this next to me? Is that more of the same stuff that I've been seeing? I think it is. You know, the mistake of showing that one video of the female streamer watching the bunny in the snow. Oh, yeah, I know the one. I know the one. In your defense, it is pretty funny. Sad for the rabbit, but, you know, pretty funny all the same. Just remember, the people who are hunting the rabbit are probably doing so for food. Now, if they're hunting the rabbit and they're not going to eat it and they're just like displaying as a prize, fuck them. But usually they're eating it for food. One's reaction is funny, the bunny's fate is sad. Yes, this is true. I'm not finding a whole lot of them. What time is it? 2:57. We still got a ways to go until morning. At least when morning hits, we can look around and see if we've missed any of these spider lily looking motherfuckers. I do wonder though, that would be an interesting thing, is doing TerraFirmaCraft, but vegetarian. Not allowed to kill any animals, not allowed to cook their meat or what have you. I was traumatized. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Watch you come back in daytime and the hillside's completely covered in lilies. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. Except for the part where I come back because I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to wait. Look at that. See that? That's the sun. I'm pretty sure they wrote a song about it. At least one. Probably a few. You're saying green shoots with no flower heads. Yeah, that's because a lot of them won't actually bloom up until daytime. So like when it's night, you won't be able to see the tops of the flowers. And I'm trying to like look around and look for some sort of example. Check every green shoot essentially. Or I can just wait. I'm just gonna wait a little while longer. We got pampas grass, so we've got clay down here. Shame that's not kaolinite. No fucking clue where the kaolinite is. Also got granite here. Why do they have granite? Okay, here comes the sun. And are the flowers blurmin'? Tell me them flowers be blurmin'. Let's also take the... That's wild potato. Hell yeah. Bet I'm gonna take potatoes. My ancestry demands it. Well, my ancestry also demands that I drink the potatoes, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, that's the song. My favorite Beatles songs. Honestly, a hot take. The Beatles didn't have very many like really good songs. They had a lot of okay songs. I feel like it's more the fact that they were something novel. At least more so at the time than a lot of other things. A lot of their contemporaries. But I feel like a lot of their songs are just okay. They got a couple bangers, but no more or less than any other band, I'd say. You stirred up a hornet's nest? I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Oh, silver here. I'll take silver. What do I have marked for silver for a color? I'm assuming I've got it marked as gray. Am I correct? I am correct. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing any blood lilies here, which is disappointing. Maybe we go over to the other side of this mountain. I keep looking back at chat like I'm going to see a dissertation on just everything great that the Beatles had ever done as composed by Magenta. Just the fact that you said that, it's got me like, oh boy, here it comes. Okay, now we should be able to see any of them springing up. Because even if they're under a tree, they'll still be blooming. They'll still be blooming. I just have to find them. Make sure a bear doesn't come out and just eat me. Because I am without armor. My padded armor makes me way too warm in the summer months. So I actually have to leave it behind. Ooh, more potato. Hell yeah. Potato's good for the soul. What do we got here? Dolomite. I don't give a fuck about no dolomite. What? We got claystone gravel, but dolomite rock. Oh. I've been misled this entire time. Jenta grew up with the Beatles. It's what got her into being a musician. It's just a Beatles tattoo. Knows the name of all 213 songs. Jesus. What was that I just picked up? Soybean. Oh. Yeah, she's probably one of the biggest fans. She even met Paul McCartney. Hell yeah. I got nothing to say to that. I really don't. Let's grab the carrots. I can eat the carrots. But yeah, I mean, I'm one of those people that I still believe that you can... I believe you can find fault in anything. Right? I feel like you look hard enough at the things that you enjoy, you can find faults in it. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to enjoy it. It means that it is flawed. And in that same vein, just because I don't like something, or just because I think negatively of something, doesn't mean that someone else can't like it. Paul's a sweetheart in person. I'm glad to hear that. Too often are, like, big celebrities and stars just absolute assholes. Happens all too often. Like, I hear Vin Diesel's a dick. From pretty much, like, everyone that's ever met the man, they say he's a dick. It's like, stuff like that just makes me sad. Because here people are, like, looking up to this dude. And, like, enjoying it, admiring his work. And they meet him and he tells them essentially to fuck off. Like, imagine going through that. That must be horrible. So it's always nice to hear when someone meets, like, a celebrity or a star of some kind. And they're just like, hell yeah. They're just as awesome, if not more so in person. Like, I remember seeing from this band that I listen to all the time, and I've talked about them ad nauseum before, AJR. I've seen in their, like, tour documentary that at one of their stops, they'd gotten an Uber from someone who knew who they were, like, who knew who the brothers were. They're like, oh, hell yeah, awesome. And she's like, can I get a signature? She's like, absolutely. So you coming to the show tonight? And she's like, oh, no, I can't. I don't have tickets. And they're like, would you like to? And just gave her tickets on the spot. She's like, come on. I'm still not seeing any of these blood lilies. It's an unfortunate thing. I just need some kaolinite. I don't even really plan to do much with it. I just need some. Adam Sandler was also a dick. I can see that happening. He seems very full of himself. So is Nick Cage. Same reason. Stepdad met him. Yeah, I can see them being dicks. Absolutely. Just from, you can kind of get the vibe from somebody, you know? You can kind of get the vibe. Oh, what are you? A pheasant. Lovely. If I had the space for your meats, I would take. But I do not. What can I get rid of? I can get rid of the bone. Don't need the bone. Okay. Everyone has a choice in music, can't fault that. I like the Beatles, but only the more upbeat stuff. The slower music I can't get into. Yeah. Stack limits are the pain in this, it seems. Yeah, what it is stack limits are actually built on how heavy the item is. So if something's really small and really light, it'll stack up to 64. If it's something real big and heavy, then it'll be like a max stack of 4. Something crazy like that. Cobblestone lichen. Saw something say something lily. The shoot is something with no head. Oh boy. I don't know how long ago that was, son. I'm gonna have to look back. On that. Lilac. Calendula. Where was I? Even. Trillium. It was on the side of the hill somewhere. So it was like up here? I see Trillium. Or was it like on the other side of the hill that I was on? Calendula. Seeing cloudberry bushes. You're too high up from it? Like lower down. Brome grass. Lily of the Valley? Was that it? I feel like that was it. If only it was the only kind of lily in existence. That would make it so much easier. Yeah, they should be in bloom too. With something lily. I have no idea where this thing you saw was, but I want to find it. On the off chance. The off chance that it's something. Remember exactly where it was, but it was in this area somewhere. I think you're too far east now. I am further east, so. Did come from this direction, so. Maybe I head back into this really kind of way and we find something. Got potatoes. Thought I grabbed all the potatoes, switchgrass. Just trying to find this elusive thing. I mean, that's the Lily of the Valley. Calendula. Oh, wrong button. We are still in claystone territory. Foxglove, switchgrass. Looking for any red flower or any flower that's closed up. Butterfly milkweed, dandelions, lily of the valley. I am kind of also operating on an unreliable narrator. Not you, but whatever information I got that said, hey, go look for the blood lilies. I don't know if they're right. If I should actually be looking for the blood lilies. It's still claystone through here. They haven't veered that far off course. Ooh, wild onion. Close to the hills where I saw it, but I unfortunately can't be certain. Well, we searching. Snapdragon yellow. Tulip. Just going through whatever we can find that looks like a flower. Orchard grass now. Still tulips and snapdragons. Still claystone. Still in the rightish kind of scenario. Probably a little too high now. Lily of the Valley. Orchard grass. I'm not finding this mysterious thing. I may be getting led on a goose chase. I don't know. Getting a lot of orchard grass. Switchgrass. Bluegrass. Brome grass. A lot of grasses. Imagine a lot of grasses in the forest. Who'd thunk? Why does the ground change under you sometimes? What do you mean? Do you mean like things breaking? That's just because I'm running over top of them. Yeah, like that. Something broke. I feel like it was probably around here. You know this thing? Yeah, it in this mod pack, it definitely is. Okay, so moss and cobble. For anything that looks unsprouted. In any degree. Come on now. Watch me play back the VOD, and I see it immediately. I think we gotta give up that hunt for now. And we gotta just we gotta try somewhere else. We just gotta try keeping on. Does the on-screen icons are distracting a little? They are. They are. I just don't want to. I mean, I guess I could disable some of them. I really could. Yeah, let's do that. So I'd have to. I think what I have to do is go to options. No. These options. Minimap setting. No. What do we have for it? Map waypoints on. Sure. Anything about waypoints in the world? What's that? Rendering waypoints? Not rendering waypoints. Okay, that doesn't really help me. Just turns them off on the world map. Seeing the VOD, you can at least see the coordinates in the minimap to find it later. That's true. Somewhere around the 50 minutes mark. Okay. Jeez. I don't know if there's... It would take a lot of searching for me to find that. Take a lot of searching. So I'm just going to deal with it for now. As we continue to try and hunt for the blood lily. They're here somewhere. I know they are. Loam clay. We don't need loam clay. We need kaolinite. Where do we find some kaolinite? Searching kind of fruitlessly here. Ah, fuck. That hurt. Hurt my soul. Still in claystone? No, we're in conglomerate now. You know what else? It's entirely possible that I could have ran over the lily and broken it. And now I don't know where I'm going. Which would be a horrible fate, and I wouldn't wish it upon myself or anyone else. But it is possible. It is entirely possible. I hear a zombie. Hopefully we won't have to deal with him. I'm gonna be strapped just in case. Still in the clay stone. God damn, that is an expanse. Is there anything else about finding kaolinite in this mod pack? So I'm kind of getting nothing. Or just back to the conglomerate. Okay, let me see. Destroyed the lily, that would be gut-wrenching. Yeah, it would be. Let me see here. That was from 3 months ago. This is from about the same. That's right. Rainfall over 300. Average temperature 18 degree or over 18 degrees Celsius. What is 18 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? 64.4. Okay, so we have to go further south. For sure. Have to check. But further south it is. And I have no idea how far south we can really go here. But at least we've got a good bit of food on us. We don't have much water, though. Matter of fact, there's probably some usable water in this ravine down here, in this river. So let's see. Oh, it just takes us down, right down to the river. Hell yeah. Does flow the wrong direction, though. Seems to be flowing northward. Okay. And there we go. And we continue on. Southward. So we need somewhere with a pretty warm climb. Which is weird that they consider average temperature of 54 temperate. I guess it makes kind of sense. But it must be taken into account like every season in order to come up with that number. It must be. I actually don't know what the usual what am I thinking of? Like the average temperature would be where I live. Oh, need some water. Lovely. We're still in conglomerate, so we don't have to worry about it. Plus, we're probably nowhere near the desired temp range anyway. Hydration, sure thing. Lovely. Make our way safely down this. How we're going to get back up? No idea. But that's not a problem for me to decide right now. It's a problem for future me. That bitch has got some work ahead of him. I drop down a little bit. There we go. Now we swimming with speed. Hell yeah. And I have been further south, it looks like. We're not hitting the edge of reality just yet. You're tracking when you drink is creepy. Sorry. It does break the tracking, just me drinking in general. Like I said, this is going to be very much a work in progress for the foreseeable future. I intend to be working on 3.2 for quite some time. And not all of it's going to be done with 3.2 either. Like, a lot of it will be that I'm just messing with things. 3.2, V4, maybe even beyond that. I'm just going to keep on messing with it. And eventually we'll get something right. Eventually we'll get something going. But for now, yeah, it's going to be a little jank. I mean, I know the best way that would really help is doing something like iPhone tracking, but I don't own an iPhone, let alone one that could do the tracking. So it is what it is. Though if you out there would like to help me with my excursion into the tracking, then be sure to visit the coffee where you can do so. I believe the Throne also has a thing for, well, the Throne had a thing for it. I don't think the Throne does anymore. Something died in the lava? Yeah, it's a damn shame. Circle of life, though. Circle of life. Long as it wasn't us, that's all that matters. Eat something in the water. And on the bright side, we're also washing our vegetables as we swim. Washing the vegetables. Makes it even better. And my chat just glitched out to fuck. What? Okay. Add jail. Yep. See you in a minute. In the meantime, we're just going to be swimming on through. Hopefully finding ourselves some kaolinite somewhere along the way. It's a lot of conglomerate. Yeah, it looks like we're just at the seashore. I don't know if we can find kaolinite at the seashore, but I do want to check. If I can, that'd be huge. Because I've come to the shore many a time before. I believe there are some areas. Yeah, like over here. It's very sandy, but I think it's also a lot of clay stone, too. I don't know. Ooh, I do have a little something off in this direction. It's pretty close. What's the average temperature here? Not quite there. The rainfall is good, but the temperature ain't quite there. We can swim this way. We get to whatever land mass is over there. It's not a huge burden on our capabilities to do so. I believe it's all four in this direction, yeah? Oh, it's way further south. Okay. That's all right. We're going to swim. It's not too far. We don't really need a boat for that. At least hopefully we don't. Let's just enjoy the swim. And hopefully, at the very least, if we don't find kaolinite, we might find papyrus, which would let us do the backpacks, which I really do want to do. Getting the backpacks would be huge. Especially for, going out here and gathering food. That would be absolutely massive. So we got 2 goals ahead of us. Kaolinite and Papyrus. As well as Kapok, I suppose. We can get some Kapok saplings, because I don't know if they would necessarily thrive where our home is. Probably not, but all the same, to grab some would be good. It looks like a big old shore. It might just be an island. I don't know. Because this shore seems to stretch on awful far. I have for something called the Meter Pro. I feel like there's jokes to make about that, but I'm not creative enough to make them. Meter Pro. What does it do, Eli? Your mom's a Meter Pro. Got him. Hey, Faye, how you doing, bud? Oh, I want to kill them for the sheepskin, but I don't have the space. Damn. At least there is some more land over here. It might just be more island, but I don't know. Maybe not just more island. This looks pretty landmassy to me. And what's the temperature like over here? Average temp 59. How is it colder? What? It's currently 80. Ugh. Mucky as hell. On the other hand, we can find Papyrus. I believe both the things we need require high rainfall. I'll spit out my hot chocolate. It'd be a good reason to. Be a good reason. Jokes aside, the Meter Pro is apparently a Bluetooth meat thermometer that syncs to an app to let you know when your meat is perfectly done. That sounds stupid as hell. It automatically determines the cooking time based on how hot the cooking utensil is. On the one hand, that does sound very useful. On the other hand, that does still sound stupid as hell. I don't feel like it needs to be Bluetooth. I feel like you can just have a display on it. We're listen. I know I'm the engineer, and I know the people are looking at me like, hey, how can I pack all these gubbins into this thing? At the same time, there's such a thing as over-engineering something. Giving it too much capability for no particular reason. You don't need Bluetooth on a meat thermometer. You don't. You don't. Sounds useful for people who don't know how to cook things or are too lazy to keep checking the meat. Just keep checking the meat. You're cooking it. Like, just stop being lazy about it, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. We've got a suspiciously shaped landmass here now. And we're no closer to finding either of the gubbins that we need. And it's only up to 61 here. We are going to need a boat. Most certainly going to need a boat. Talking about today's generation of up-and-coming cooks. You'll think they're going to get off their lazy butts? I fucking hope they do. I do not want another excursion where I order some shrimp and they've left the vein in. I sure as shit hope that they're going to get off their lazy butts and check the meat. Because, man, would I like them to. Man, is it the better choice. Somebody has to take care of us once we're in a nursing home. Exactly. Exactly that. Most people learning to cook these days don't even know about the vein. And that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem we need to address. Instead of making it so much easier to get into, just give them better teachers. Give them better teachers and fucking stop making excuses for having such low attention spans. And this is coming from someone who's, at the very least, mildly ADD. You can find a way to pay attention. Like, granted, it does take a good teacher to keep you engaged. But part of it's you too. Part of it's you too. It's not just the teacher's job to keep you engaged. It's your job to focus in. The only way that I get anything done is by focusing in. To at least some degree. For an extended period of time. Does it suck? God, yes. It is the worst. I wish I didn't have to. But I do. In order to get shit done, I do. Responsible for your own actions. Yes. Pay attention? What? I wasn't focusing. He's cheeky son of a bitch. But no, it just... I feel like people so quickly... Especially in college. Oh, yeah. For sure. I feel like people are way too quick to just write it off and be like, ah, well, you know, I have a hard time paying attention. So if it doesn't keep my attention, oh, well. Like, no, that's not how that works at all. It means you got to buckle down and try harder to keep your attention there, as well as they have to try to keep your attention. And it means that you have to have a little bit more discipline to not sit there and doom scroll TikTok with the Subway Surfers on one side. It means that you have to put that effort forward to actually keep focused. Remember, just because you have this thing does not mean it's debilitating, does not mean that you can't do the same things as everyone else in life. It means you got to work a little bit harder to do it. Had to make a joke about it, you know me. Yeah, definitely. But no, it does mean you have to work a little bit harder to do it. And it's too often that people just don't want to work on it. It's too often people want the answers handed to them on a platter. Would that be nice? Fuck yes. I would love for somebody to set down like a pill in front of me and be like, this will cure your ADHD. This will take away the autism. This will fucking fix your brain in every way you've ever thought you needed it fixed. I would adore that. And I would not question anything about the FDA or nothing like that. It just down the hatch. But that's not going to happen. I am given the mind that I have. That's all it is. And I have to do with it what I can. In the same way that people have to work with me to get to someplace, I have to work with myself. I've got to use what I have. And that's always been the thing with this facility. It is very much a vibe of we do what we can with what we've got. We don't always have the best tech. We don't always have the best minds to work with. But what we've got is perseverance. We've got dedication. We've got the ability to be like, all right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to get this shit done. One way or the other. Let's get rid of some of these acacia logs. I'll take the rawhide. It's about saying, I am not going to let this shit stop me. I'm going to find the ways that things will work for me. And we're going to get it done. This phone aside, after being called out for doom scrolling. You fucking better. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna call that one a distraction. Damn, that's far. I guess there's nothing for it. Well, we could sleep. Panacea, please. Yes. My law professor always had the whole class put away their phones to prevent any distractions. And that's the thing, too, is that a lot of people, I know that this day and age, you're talking about being distracted, I was. But in this day and age, it's so easy to become distracted with everything. Everything is built to take advantage of those with a short attention span. And some people, their attention span starts long and they shorten it themselves by just giving into all that shit. This is not just a thing for the ADHD among us. This is a thing for everyone. You need to create the good habits. You need to put aside distractions when you have to get some work done. If I'm trying to edit something, say, I can't have a video going in the background. I have to listen to what I'm editing, first off. And second, I'm going to get too enraptured by whatever the hell they're doing. I can listen to music or something because, you know, I can just jam out a little bit and tune it out. Because everything on my playlist, I've heard like 20 times over. When you do that, you can tune it out. For sure. But I can't just like start up a YouTube recommended playlist and just let it play out because I'm going to get transfixed. I know it's going to distract me. And that's the thing. You have to know what will distract you and consciously say, I'm not doing that. I'm going to pay attention to this shit. I'm going to cut out everything that's going to drag my attention span down. I'm going to turn off whatever the hell is on my second monitor. I'm going to go do not disturb on Discord. Matter of fact, I'm going to close it outright. I'm going to just hardcore focus on this shit. Is it hard? Yes. Is it important? Yes. And people don't understand how important. Thank you. Something shiny, yeah. That's why you got to build up discipline. It is. I've said it many times before. I will continue saying it until the ends of the earth. Even if I don't necessarily act the best of following it at times, motivation is a fair weather friend. Discipline is better by far. When you're motivated to do something, it is because your body feels like it. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? When you're disciplined, you can do it whenever you need to. Because you're the one forcing you to do it. You're the one who's like, all right, let's sit down and hammer this shit out. Oh, this is a lake. This is all fresh water. Hell yeah. You got to build up that discipline. The discipline is so difficult to build up, but it is so important. Hammer time, yes, definitely. My thing is, when I'm trying to work on something like my 3D modeling or something, I can't just work on it alone. I have to have something playing on my second monitor, and that's okay too. That's okay too. A lot of times, a lot of people can find silence distracting. And I'm one of those people. I will absolutely find silence distracting. Which is why I don't really do good with editing a whole lot of stuff. Because I do need it silent to edit. Because I do actually have to listen to what I'm editing. And just pausing and unpausing and pausing and unpausing is just a pain in my ass. And it's probably going to be a problem with the Linux video too. But I've got time to do that. It's not like I need to put out a video every week like the best bits. That doing the best bits was hell. And the whole reason I don't do it anymore, I've said before, is that no one was really watching it. And I was like subjecting myself to the long silence for about 8 hours a week of just editing together clips from various streams. And like trying to find clips in the VODs. I was editing together the VODs themselves and trying to find bits to put in with the VODs. And doing all of that and getting like 12 views wasn't worth it to me. Just wasn't. We're talking about it's always been a problem with the Linux video. I know. But the main problem with the Linux video right now is just that I've been having issues with actually recording the lines and getting the alpha to work for the transparent background. But now I have that fixed, and I actually still have to record the lines, but I'm drop fucking dead tired tonight, so I'm probably not gonna. But tomorrow, hopefully, I will. Tomorrow night after stream, because I do have things that I have to do beforehand, unfortunately. I have to silence, especially reading case files. I have to hear my own voice inside my head. That's fair. Some people absolutely need the silence, and some people absolutely can't stand it. And sometimes you're both people at once, and that's okay. The important part is that you do what you need to do to stay focused on the task at hand. You don't let yourself get distracted, because distraction is always a preventable thing. It's always a preventable thing. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of people in this day and age, they don't care that they're getting distracted. They don't want to do anything to stop themselves from being distracted. They put it on everyone else, like it's your fault for not keeping my attention. Like, no, not the case at all. That's right, I can't. Nah, I can't slice them up into bits without my knife. I could make a knife, but eh. Yeah, if you're out there and you're struggling with distractions and such, look for what you need to keep on focus, to keep on task. Because there is something. I guarantee you there is something. You can do it. Even those of you like me with the ADHD, there's nothing that will stop you. If you don't let it stop you, it can't stop you. Some of the greatest minds in the world have had disorders and all sorts of different mental bullshit that they've had to combat. Look at Tesla. You know, he was superstitious and paranoid to a fucking fault. He had so much shit going on in his head. And yet he was probably one of the greatest inventors in semi-recent history. Random change of subject, but we got the first Christmas tree of our apartment set up. But it's not even Thanksgiving. It's not even Thanksgiving. What do you mean? Oh, I just know that I'm going to go over to my sister's place for Thanksgiving. And she's going to be like, hey, look at this. We got our tree set up. Ha ha ha. Just like to get a rise out of me, because I am a staunch believer that Christmas should keep to Christmas and Thanksgiving should keep to Thanksgiving. Can I find any food? Finding food may be a problem. You get back to the death. Health with Magenta's depression. That's fair. Haven't been able to have a real Christmas yet, and our Thanksgiving's gonna be quiet as it is anyway. Understandable. I've never really seen it in that kind of light. But then I suppose that my own experience with Christmas is probably a little different. No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Oh, I'm gonna fight the current the whole way. Bullshit. I just go up here. Okay. Step down. Okay. It's fine. We got it. We got it. Her cat's gonna eat the tree. That sounds right. That sounds right, baby. My sister has multiple cats that would probably eat the tree, even if it was plastic. They just would not care. A dog who acts like a cat sounds right. Fat black cat really loves plastic. Yes, this is true. Benji loves to chew on the plastic. The cuddliest little shit you'll ever meet in your life. Wants nothing more than to be picked up and cuddled and snuggled and apparently eat plastic. Which seems a little out of left field, but I'm not the cat. I don't know. So growing up and never celebrated Christmas, I celebrated Hanukkah. Oh, okay. I'll say I never understood that one either, but that's because I only ever celebrate Christmas, so that is what it is. Can we get to the death before we starve? Let's find out. Step damage Jewish. Yeah, I'm not gonna launch into that one. I'm not gonna launch into the thought that crossed my mind. No idea why this one dude thought I was Jewish. It's probably because a lot of people just hear you don't celebrate Christmas, you must be Jewish. As if like no other religion abstains from Christmas than Judaism, I guess. Oh boy, can we make it? 870 or so meters away from our gubbins. Once we get to the gubbins, we'll have plenty of food. But we need to get to them first. At least we can drink. Got water enough to drink, but if I can stop myself from swimming over there, I will. Because we are not a fast swimmer right now. Not a fast swimmer. Some flowers are technically edible. This is true. But I don't know if TerraFirmaGreg will let me eat those flowers. In fairness. Hello, baby. It's time for hug.
Hugs.
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 Hug time, everyone. Be sure to spam that emote. This is what it was made for. Oh, it started tracking you, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, she's... Oh, God. My neck. Yeah, that's the problem with the neck tracking on Waterdo.
Yay, hugs from Mila. Thank you.
Yeah, the head tracking on Waterdo bends the neck at the top instead of the bottom for some reason. It's very cursed.
I got a bouquet of flowers from Magenta. Thank you. This is sweet.
Bouquet of edible flowers.
Yes.
It's the world's first edible arrangement.
Gotta eat those petals.
Oh boy. Are we gonna make it? I have no idea. 630 out. We got a little less than 1 bar of hunger. It's a race to the finish. The world's slowest race.
Good luck, babe.
Thank you, baby. It's Timothy Grass. Well, nice to meet you, sir. I'll look around and see if there's any, like, crops. I don't know if I can actually break the crops with my hand and get food. I'm determined not to make tools. because I'm just going to toss them away when we get to our death spot. I think we can. Got less than 500 to go. And the less we jump, the better. As little jumping, no sprinting, obviously, as possible. I think we can do it. I think we can get there. Also, just pass the haha funny number. Which I didn't say anything about that yet. Speaking of haha funny numbers. Yes, stim back up. Speaking of funny numbers, we do have one special stream this week. We've got the 300 follower celebration finally coming in on Friday. I got everything sorted around for it to continue. Yes, finally. See, the problem was I needed something for the art. Oh man, everything's gone grayscale. I needed something for the art, and I wasn't able to get it until yesterday. And I was able to, well, I've already said it's a render. I was able to finish the render in record time. So that's all good. That's ready to go. And now we can just get to it. So the 300 follower celebration will be on Friday. The wheel will be active. Oh, come on. Is this really going to be what stops me? Oh, it's like right on the other edge of this gorge. Oh man, there's no way to climb that. I need to go around until I find something that I can actually climb up. Oh, how do I feel like it's going to be a long ways off? Kill and eat raw fish? Maybe. I can catch the raw fish. I don't even see any fish. But I don't think I can catch them if I'm not swimming fast. No way up. Oh, fish. Fish. Come here, fish. Come hither unto me. Fish of the sea. No, they're not going to come to me. No. No, the fish are keeping their distance. Big time. Yeah, I'm going to starve out here. I am most certainly going to starve out here. So black and white, yeah. Because it's both nighttime and like hunger grayscale. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing I can climb. We're already so much farther from the death. We're at 261. Silty loam clay grass. Oh, lovely. Good for you. Oh, please. Fish, please. Fish. I can barely see them. I wonder if we'll just instantly starve or if it'll be like a procession. Fish are taunting you. They are. They are. They really are. I don't think we can eat seaweed. No. Oh, yeah. That. We're not surviving this. No. Especially. God, how far inland do I have to go to find a way upward? We died about 200 away. I couldn't punch that cow to death in the time that would take me. No. No. We're just dead. Yep. God damn it. Well, now that we're back home. Take the onion, why not? And we'll go ahead and make up some of this barley flat dough. Take food with you, definitely. Definitely, Oh, make fire. Nice. Here, burn some birch logs. And I actually need a couple of sticks. Oddly enough. They just line around, they don't care. Light that bitch up. We're gonna take some proper fucking food. We're gonna take bread. Bread and onions. Barley flatbread. Hell yeah. This is what it's gonna be. This is the future of pod racing. Got all this and we're just going to retrieve our gubs. Like, I'm not even getting anything out of the exchange. I'm not even getting anything. It's just me going to retrieve my stuff. I get no kaolin. I get no papyrus. Nothing. Yes, I brought up the 300 thing, both because, yes, we do have the wheel going for it. So that will be lovely. And because the 420, the funny number, the haha, is going to be the next one up. So if you haven't already, consider dropping a follow on the channel. Really does help and lets me to know that what I'm doing is worth a damn. This got me into Fallout 4. I did see him talking about that. How you enjoying it so far? Just gonna... Nope, just gonna drop you. Get rid of you. We're just taking the food. We don't need the water, we only need the food. It says that and she spent last 12 total hours of playtime doing nothing but building Sanctuary. That's Fallout 4. I don't know how to tell you, but that's just Fallout 4. That's just what Fallout 4 is. It's a lot of shooting and a lot of building. Love it, especially in God mode. To each their own. To each their own. Building mods are some of the best for me. Hell yeah. I don't think I've ever really built anything too crazy in Fallout. I probably would have tried to if the survival mode playthrough had actually gone right. But it is what it is. These things happen. Nightshade. I do not want to collect the nightshade. Shit's poisonous. Building a hospital right now. Hell yeah. Before I lost all my old saves, I had actually built up every settlement possible at one point. Hell yeah. I don't think I've done anything like that. I've mainly just been... Like, I like the gunplay in Fallout 4. Like, especially... And I know this sounds like heresy, especially over New Vegas. Like, New Vegas, in terms of the gunplay, and in terms of just, like, how the combat is structured, and modifying weapons especially, I very much prefer Fallout 4. And, like, the art style, the fact that it's not all just one color, you know? Because I had that problem with Fallout 3, is that everything just looked kind of greenish gray. And then in New Vegas, like, everything looks brown. Then you get into Fallout 4, it's like, holy shit, we remember what colors are. Awesome. But as far as characters and story actually go, yeah, New Vegas all the way. Except for Sunny Smiles. There's no redeeming Sunny Smiles. Like that voice actress, I hope she got better. I hope she got better. Because, man, oh. No, a very easy way to annoy you when talking about Fallout 4. You probably know a few ways, honestly. You probably know a few ways. Fallout 4 assault rifle. That shit just burns me. It makes me sad. Like, the entire design of that thing is just stupid. Lead from paint, that's not how that works. Not how it works at all. You can't just grab paint and be like, I've got lead now. You have to, like, chemically distill the shit to get the lead out of the paint. And I don't see anyone in Fallout with any technology that's sufficiently advanced enough to distill lead from paint. I really don't. If I were ever to make a mod, the first one would be for Fallout 4, and that's no lead from paint. Just paint is used for, like, actual paint jobs. Paint is just a resource now. And you use paint for the paint jobs. Figure that one out, huh? Lead from tin cans. That's less egregious. Because lead seeped into a lot of like metallurgy back in that day. Lead was used for a lot of things before we found out that it was just god-awful terrible for you. But you still wouldn't be able to separate it very well. It would take more effort. It would take like a full-on forge setup to separate the lead from the tin. Because I believe tin has a lower melting point than lead. So I think you could do it. You could do it without, you know, too much of a proper setup too. But you'd still need something. You'd still need more than they got. It does. I couldn't remember which one off the top of my head melted at a lower temp, and I just banked on it being 10. And Soul Survivor just does it by hand, which means that he must be powered by the fucking sun. If there was ever anything to give credence to the Soul Survivor is a synth theory, I think it would be that he's able to just smelt ores with his bare fucking hands. I really do. If there was ever anything to prove that theory, that's it. Explain the characters in 76 then, they do it too. They're all synths. They tell us the Vault 76 was just like preserving America, and turns out that it is just a synth factory. Just a synth factory. The Institute thinks they come up with the idea. No. Nah, shows what you know. Gen 3 synths didn't exist at the time in 76, canonically speaking. Gen 3 synths didn't. Earlier synths did. Not to mention, that's Gen 3 Institute synths. Who's to say that the Institute was the only one building synths? I mean, after all, media is full of the idea of autonomous robots that can do whatever you need them to do. That act like they're human. Media is just full of them. And I'm not even just talking like TV shows or radio plays that are not in the Fallout universe. I'm also talking about like books. There are books with things like androids in them. dating back quite a while. I feel like some of those have to be around in the Fallout universe. Someone could have easily gotten the idea, as the Institute did. And if it's Vault-Tec, I mean, Vault-Tec essentially controlled the entirety of America at one point. I feel like they'd have the resources to build an android. I feel like they'd have the resources, the manpower at the very least. Maybe not perfect androids, but I mean, come on, look at some of the fucking... Look at some of the cheaters in 76. You tell me that they're top of the line in terms of smarts. Come on now. I know you can't. Let's go back to the assault rifle, though. Let's not. Why would we? Or should I say the horror show? It is a horror show. I actually can't believe they brought it back to the Fallout show. I can't believe that's the one they brought back. Like, why? Why would you not make it better? At least there it looks like a proper power armor weapon. It does, but it still doesn't look like a proper weapon. The assault rifle, the Fallout 4 assault rifle, would not function properly as a weapon. It would not be properly functional. You could not fire it. Its feeding mechanism is completely ridiculous. It's unnecessarily bulky. So that really would be power armor only, because good God, good luck on having a regular ass person lift it. And all of that it's supposed to be like super powerful, and it's firing 5.56. There are more powerful rounds than 5.56. There are way more powerful rounds. Like, you could have it fire 7.62. Like, yeah, it's Russian, but same time, it is more powerful. Less accurate, but it's more powerful. All checks and balances. Plus, you're firing a fucking machine gun. You're not looking for accurate. But even as far as American calibers go, there are stronger American calibers than 5.56. Even then, I don't think necessarily 5.56 is an American caliber. I think 5.56, well, obviously it's NATO, but I don't know if it's American. I mean, you want a more powerful American round? You want to put some real fucking weight behind that bitch? Make it fire 4570 government. That'll be a power armor weapon. You get a machine gun that can fire 4570. No, that's fuck you, fuck the dude standing behind you, and fuck the wall behind him. Vault-Tec is the Disney of Fallout, essentially. Essentially, it is. You are absolutely right on that one. Would make more sense as a machine gun, not an assault rifle. Yeah. It is essentially operated as an LMG. Also, an assault rifle is not an actual classification of a rifle. Assault rifle is a phrase that they use for fear-mongering. Of like, this rifle is only used to assault others. And it's like, no. It is a rifle. Perhaps an infantry rifle, perhaps a marksman's rifle. Could just call it semi-automatic, automatic, select fire rifle. The most apt term usually is just automatic rifle. It's as simple as that, but you know, assault rifle sounds cool and it sounds deadly, and so they go with that. It's like, oh, who wants to be attacked with an automatic rifle? I want to be attacked with an assault rifle. They like that they brought back multiple variations of the 10 mil. Yeah, they brought back like the semi-auto pistol version, and they brought back the more revolver version. I did see that. Am I swimming upstream with this? No, I'm swimming downstream. Nice. We see the old version from Fallout 1 and 2, the one from Fallout 4 and 76, and I'm pretty sure at one point I saw the one from Fallout 3 in New Vegas. It does make sense. There would be like different variations of the same 10 mil. Like perhaps different runs. Kind of like they do with the 1911, where you got like the 1911, then you got like the newer 2011 that actually has a bit different specs. It's got like a 8+1 instead of 7+1, that kind of thing. Military.com says the following: 5.56 is used by the U.S. military as a standard small arms round. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily an American. Adopted by NATO in 1980. Okay. American M4s. Yeah. Okay, so it is an American round. But still, it's the factor that there are more powerful American rounds. If you want to make this thing big, beefy, and hit hard, you can do better. You can do better. Make that bitch fire 4570. You coward. Do it. Plus 4560 is an old, or 4560. 4570 is an older round too. That dates back to the Wild West. Get shit like that. Get shit like 300 Win Mag. Hell yeah. You will just absolutely destroy the competition. I know Lucy uses the Fallout 476 10 mil at one point when she says Maximus. Yeah. Can I just say, I don't agree with the entire premise of like, oh, she's trying to like keep her humanity or keep her innocence or whatever because she's using a trank gun. And it's like, she fires this thing off at like a total of 3 people. Maybe 1 gets taken down. Eventually, you have to learn that it's not a useful weapon. You're not going to find trank rounds just out in the wastes. You're wasting what ammo you have. Anything that you're hitting just shrugs it off. What's the point of having it? 308 Winchester. I mean, 308 is actually a close cousin to 5.56, if I remember correctly. Remember correctly, it is. Okay, one of these is my death. No, I do actually have a death marker because I did see it on the way in. She took down over a dozen raiders at the beginning of the show with that trank gun. Yeah, after that, she barely uses it effectively. To be fair, that was all like very close quarters. Like the first time you use something, of course you're going to be getting kills with it because you're just fucking wail on it. Also, the fact that she had limited ammunition and it was still like she's blowing all of this away. She's blowing all of it away, and then she's like, yeah, no. If I'm going to be taking something out into the waste to defend myself with, I'm going to take this thing that I have like 5 shots left with. No. Like, I get it. You're sheltered. You've lived your entire life in peace and comfort and quiet. You should know better. Like, eventually, I'm going to have to kill something with this gun. That's why I'm bringing a gun. You should have it in your head of like, I'm going to have to use this to proper hurt somebody. Oh, sweet Jesus, my items are back. Okay, now what can I get rid of? I'm going to get rid of these sticks. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the sticks. So I want my bread. Let's grab the shovel. Make ourselves a little staircase here. Other weird thing is that at the very beginning of the show, they make a point to say that Lucy's good with a rifle. What do they give her for the whole series? A fucking pistol. Yes, exactly. Instead of playing to her strengths and using a weapon that she would be familiar with, and a weapon that she knows she can get access to in the vault, instead they give her a trank gun. A pistol at that. That was nearly bad. Could not see the proper depth of this until I was right up on it. It's okay, though. We're fine. Ow. It's like, what is this big red splotch on my map? Oh, it's my blood. I see. I understand now. Yeah, I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. They made a lot of very strange decisions in the Fallout show. A lot of very strange decisions indeed. And I don't get why they made them. Yes, yep, that's copper, so I'm going to mark that. Oh, not temporary waypoint. Copper. All right. A lot of copper here. Damn. A lot of hate for the fact that they never showed a laser plasma weapon being used in the show. Yeah. Especially when one of your bros is from the Brotherhood of Steel. Like, they exclusively... Ha. Get fucked, bot. They exclusively use a lot of laser and plasma weapons. Well, not exclusively, but they... It's known to be a wide part of the Brotherhood's arsenal. Is laser and plasma weapons. You telling me they ain't gonna use them once? Not once. That's a technological advantage. In wartime, that shit is gold. If you're battling against an enemy, you want to take every opportunity you have. See Moldaver holding a laser pistol of the style from Fallout 4, but we never get to see it fired. Yeah. Holding it ain't good enough. Knowing it exists is not good enough. You need more. Should also fill up my water canteen. There we go. Ghoul's pistol's a bit ridiculous. The Ghoul's pistol makes no fucking sense. That thing should tear his arm off every time. So what that thing is essentially a sawn down version of, I believe, a 410 revolving shotgun. Which, those can be loaded with 12 gauge, I believe. But imagine firing a shotgun with one hand. Yeah, revolving shotgun uses slug rounds. Slug rounds especially. Imagine firing a slug from a shotgun with one hand. You will destroy your arm. To say nothing of your wrist, it's now powder. It's now fine mist that has been... That's just been perforated around your person. Congratulations, you're now the proud owner of powdered wrist. No sense. Oh, we got a lemon tree. Not to mention the way he penetrates power armor with one shot, welding issue my ass. I mean, here's the thing. It does make some sort of sense for him to have that knowledge. But a slug being placed into a welding issue, I don't know. There's a lot more technical bullshit inside of a power armor than just some sheet metal defending you from your enemy. And if there really is nothing behind that welding issue, then that's a serious oversight on the front of the manufacturer. And if that's for military use, that shit gets people killed. That contract would be rescinded so quick it'd make your head spin. Now, granted, military issue stuff usually isn't the highest quality, but it does have to be sound. It does have to be protective. It does have to actually make a fucking difference. I know, crazy, but yeah, bear with me. I think I'm onto something. Where we got here? There we go. Makes sense to have that knowledge for T-45 and maybe T-51, but I refuse to think the U.S. military didn't think of that due to the feedback from their own troops when developing the T-60. That's true. That's true. Because canonically, T-60 was put into service before the bombs. Yep. And if they took feedback from the troops, they would have said something about that. Been like, hey, this shit, you get shot under the arm, you fucking die. Like, straight up, no protection. And yes, while a slug is a very powerful round, it's not the most powerful thing in the world. So if a slug can punch through it, you got a pretty big problem on your hands. Especially considering slugs are pretty easy to come by. And this thing is supposed to be bulletproof to small arms fire. Like, I don't know. T-60 was stated to be top of the line, top of the war. Yeah. Turns out that line didn't go very far up, huh? Yeah, I think we'll... Yep, agile, rip. But I think what we're saying here is essentially, I believe him having that knowledge. I don't believe it having that flaw. I don't believe in that flaw. Not for a moment. Not with all the manners to circumvent it. Not with all the reason that it shouldn't be a thing in general. And again, the fact that his wrist should have turned to powder with every shot. Should have been like watching Deku from My Hero Academia fight. Just completely destroying himself every time he throws a punch. How far are we out? We're still a little ways. A little ways. I think, yeah, home is right here. So pretty much straight to the north. Our lovely flatbread. What are we going to now? I think just more flatbread. Oh, or... No, it's one day, so definitely flatbread. Did not know this was going to go bad so damn quickly. Just skirt our way down the mountain. I think this one will be a shorter stream in general, just because I am tired. I am tired, guys. It's been a long day. And I've been tired for the past 3 or so hours. 4 or so hours. So yeah, we'll probably go until about midnight and then we'll call it. I am excited for this week, though. I'm excited to do the 300 stream because I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And I know I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun. I want to do something a little different with it. And it's definitely different to what I've done before. For sure. Can't remember if I told Eli or not. But yeah, definitely different to what's been done before. Do I collect more salt? No. I'm not going to collect salt. Yeah, so we still need to find the kaolinite. Still need to find the papyrus. But honestly, we kind of just need a boat. We kind of just need a boat. So let's see here. I know we did have a plan of making a canal. I don't know if we'd be able to make the canal without having a bucket. Because I don't know how the boats in this react to going up, like, uphill with water, I suppose. I don't know how they'd react to that. More soybean. Don't know if there's anything in particular we can do with soybean. Slowly trudge our way through the water. Actually, I need to drink some. Beautiful. Question, is create in this? Yes. Create is in this. Matter of fact, create is our next step in the progression. Because we'll need a whole bunch of like steam powered machines to create stuff. Or well, it's the next step in progression once we get through the iron and I believe a little bit into steel. On my way to Diamond City. Good luck with it. Could make locks to allow for upriver travel. Using the hose pulleys. I have to look into that. It does seem like a lot to go through for a canal. God, I can't see. Oh, good, I can see again. How far are we? We're still a little ways. Rid of that. Don't need it. Hose pulleys can drain and fill an area with water. Definitely have to look into that then. Bear is asleep. Bear is asleep. We move. Bear will kick our ass. I believe we just ran through. Yeah, we just ran through the area that we would have the canal because it would essentially run straight through here. Same video saw someone where they used a similar system to make a working dry dock for building ships. Ooh, nice. Yeah, the idea is if we have a canal here, right? Our home is right the fuck up here. If we have a pier or a port here, we just sail down through the canal into this lake, and then we can either go westward along this river to this body of water, or we can go southwest along this and eventually end up at this body of water. So it actually opens our way up to a couple of different avenues. But we do need to make that. And I don't know hose pulley. Let's see here. Hose pulley requires rubber sheets. Oh. Oh boy. We need an extruder and we need circuits. No, that's a ways off for us. I feel like we're probably going to have a bucket before we have a hose extruder. Unfortunately. And TerraFirmaGreg throwing all sorts of wrenches into the works. We'll figure a way out. We'll figure a way out. Even if it's simple as building 2 ships and just having a tunnel underneath that mountain. We can just go between the 2 ships. Of course, that would require me to make a lot more copper bolts, but we do have a bit more copper. We do have a bit of copper because I did mine up some malachite in that limonite vein that I was mining. Video sent. I will definitely take a look at that. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be going the hose pulley route just because it is prohibitively expensive at this point, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess it's not all lost this journey because we did get some food. We get some good food to bring back. Now we just swim up here. We'll essentially be at home. That does mean a lot of this will probably be doing more stuff off camera. Especially when it comes to the house and like building the general structure of it. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do. I know I want to do like that Renaissance Italian style, but I'm not sure how I want to go about it. So we've returned to home, where the snow is still melting even in the midst of the summer. You plan to build a full base on this world. I do at some point. And I also plan to build some sort of forward operating base down south, where we can get a lot more southern materials. Because a lot of stuff we just can't properly do here. Unless we get some greenhouse stuff. Greenhouse stuff might allow us to. I'm not entirely sure. And we are home. Lovely, lovely, lovely. That's empty. Yes. Greenhouse. Damn, I miss Agricraft. We do have greenhouse stuff here. So if we've got... Oh, God, what was it? So we've got like greenhouse stuff that we can build. So we got like a rooftop, panel roofs, panel walls, but they all do take reinforced glass and wrought iron rods. Reinforced glass. That's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Yeah, but Agricraft had the awesome crossbreeding, the sprinkler system, etc. Wasn't Agricraft the one with the bees? If I remember correctly. Oh no, the rest of my flatbread dough went bad. Damn, I worked hard on making that too. That sucks. Okay, let's put the potatoes in there, the sugar cane. More sugarcane. Let's put oat in there. Soybeans. I think that should be about it, and then we can cook the rest up. Pop that in there. The acacia, put in there. Seed, 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 seed. Rawhide, rawhide. Rabbit's foot. And salt. Matter of fact, I might want to salt all of these when I'm done with them. So let's grab that. Agricraft did not have the bees. What am I thinking of then? Must be thinking of something. As I remember a bee mod. Remember some sort of bee mod. Apologies. Wasn't that forestry? Did forestry have bees too? I feel like if forestry had bees, then it wasn't necessarily forestry. But forestry might have had bees in addition. I'm saying this badly. I feel like whatever I'm thinking of is not forestry. But I don't necessarily know what it is. So if forestry had bees, then it also had bees. I think it's a better way to say it. Also, it's iron stuff, so maybe... Yeah, I could make it out of copper. I could make it out of wood, apparently. Wax-treated lumber. Oh, but I'd need wax. So copper would probably be the easiest way to go for that. So maybe we look at... Forestry had the bees who could crossbreed and eventually get useful resources from. They weren't a mob, they were an item. I do recall that, but I feel like there was another one that had bees. It wasn't necessarily forestry. Well, Campbell Shroud failed. How so? Also, hey, Dobby, how you doing, bud? Just cooking us up some beef to salt. Hopefully it'll keep a little bit longer. Because like those rabbits, 3 days, 2 days, no. Got the sheath to work. Oh, you're making Campbell Shroud. Nice. Can I not salt cooked stuff? I guess I can't. I must only be able to salt the uncooked. Alright, well, let's make a couple beef sandwiches. Why not? I need my knife. Speak the narrator. How's it going, bud? Welcome to the facility. Hope you enjoy your stay. Good enough button. Folding mechanism is proving difficult. I'd assume it would be. That does sound like it would be a bit of a pain. Got that 5 days. All right. Be enough time. Even that order. All right. And put the... You know what? That's probably why. It's that I was using soda ash instead of salt. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, it specifically wants raw food to be salted. Okay. And I have tried with the bacon. But it doesn't want me to do it with the bacon. Doesn't take a good hit before breaking and trying to make a battle-ready version. Ooh. It sounds like you would need some sort of support. Like some sort of locking mechanism. What would work for that? A detent, I feel like, would fail a little too quickly. You need some sort of, like, physical lock on it. I'd say a good bet would probably be to look at a lot of knives. Look at a lot of, like, knife locks and see if there's anything that can be applicable there. Lock mechanism works fine. I'm sorry, this is the way you said the folding mechanism is like, okay, so it's like unfolding. It's a hinge part. Okay, so what is the issue? I feel like I'm not quite grasping. What's the hinge doing? Oh, I shouldn't be doing that. And the lumber. Pop it into planks. Planks and slabs. Boom. Hinge part keeps shattering. That's rather dramatic. Is that the Attack on Titan weapon? No, it is a ruby weapon. It is the weapon used by Blake Belladonna. Using an aluminum ball bearing hinge. I'm trying to think of what would be a little stronger in terms of a hinge. It's like from a physical perspective. Trying to keep it somewhat lightweight. Yeah, fair. The hinge keeps shattering. Have you tried simply reinforcing the hinge? Like where is the failure point on it? Okay, plow the ground. Aluminum will definitely not be sturdy enough. I'd use titanium or tungsten. Yeah. Yeah, probably if those are the options, I would definitely go with titanium. Tungsten, while very dense, is not the sturdiest material. And it's also prohibitively expensive, not to say the titanium isn't. If you can get some good aluminum, maybe. But then it still gets to the point of expense. And when you say it shatters, what do you mean? What do you mean in particular? Matter of fact, I should grab some hickory saplings from here. I knew I had some. I should just plant them in the center. Decent go-to for price would be a steel or steel alloy, maybe. I mean, yeah, but the problem there is that steel is heavy. So if you're trying to keep weight down, steel may not necessarily be your best bet. But it also may come down to just compromise. Because at a certain point, it's like, well, if I can't build it functional, lightweight, then I should at least build it functional, you know? But that is up to you. Outer ring keeps shattering when I hit a 2x4. What is the outer ring built out of? Are you just using like off the shelf components, or are you like making something yourself? Because I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know your level of skill. You could be a machinist for all I know. You could be someone with a lathe in your backyard or something. I can't use an off the shelf shit. Okay, so a lot of that stuff. Yeah, you may have to look at something a little sturdier, because a lot of that stuff, the metals that they'll use, they're not really thinking of a ball bearing, like a bearing hinge or anything like that, being very structural. They're mainly thinking of it as ease of movement. So you might have to have something a little bit stronger in terms of the metal there, yeah. See, if you build the outer ring out of steel, then that wouldn't add too much weight. And it probably would make it significantly stronger. But that does incur the wrath of, you know, having to build the thing. Especially if you don't have machining knowledge or like a lathe and these things. Yeah. But you could also probably contract someone to build something like that for you. Because I know a lot of like machine workshops and such, they will actually like build things for just like an everyday consumer. Be a little expensive, but you know, a little expensive for what you get, I should say. I also didn't realize I had so many more planks. Nice. But yeah, by and large, I feel like that'd probably be a good bet to get what you're looking for. You're trying to go that route. Joint effort with me and a mechanist friend. Okay. Have access to a lathe. Hey, there you go. You're one step of the way there. But yeah, I'd say try taking the dimensions of the ball bearing ring and try and machine that out of something a little sturdier. Yeah, like some sort of... I feel like a low carbon steel. Well, high carbon steel might be a little bit better on the circumstances. Some sort of steel. Because while it won't be the lightest, it's a small part. And you can find it around for pretty cheap, all things considered. And that should probably serve you a lot better than if you're building out something like aluminum. Because a lot of those parts, like off-the-shelf stuff, they'll be out of stuff like aluminum. They'll make them out of whatever is like just enough to hold the weight of what it needs to do. And they won't really think of fringe cases. Material isn't an issue. I have another person who runs a junkyard. Hell yeah. Need your hookups. Damn. Wish I knew someone who ran a junkyard and could just get me material. Do you know how great this fucking workshop would be if I had an unlimited access to material? Oh my god. I'd make the hacksmith look like a fucking joke. Come on. Fuck building a set of power armor. I'm going to supply the military with power armor. I mean, buddy, actually functional. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do great and terrible things. Yeah, I'm thinking... Yeah, we definitely want to grab those again. I want to think about entrances for this place, because obviously we got this main entrance, and I'm thinking also... Maybe not those particular, but we break out the center of each of the 4 cardinal directions. We have like this be an entrance. We have over here be an entrance. If I need to, all I gotta do is give him a call and say, I'm coming for this and that and the other. Yeah. That's a damn good way to be. Good deal when you can find it. All right, and pop those there. Actually, I probably want to replace those with the bricks too. All things considered. Have more bricks? I got plenty of bricks. Look at that. Break them. Oop. Break these and break these. Jetstream Sam's motor masa was easier compared to this. Honestly, I can see that. It's a much more, though it's very flashy, it is a much more like standard sword as opposed to Gamble Shroud, which is very much not standard. Slab placement reminds me of the old Forge microblock system back in the day before chisels and bits was the thing. Yeah, definitely. And I think this is, oh, it's additional placements that does this. Yeah? Yeah, it's additional placements. So like you see that I've got this square, like almost like a flattened cube. So I can place it on any of these 4 trapezoids and place it on the side of the block, or I can place it on the square and have it just lie flat on the center, like so. So it kind of takes the guesswork out of placing slabs. Spring-loaded sheath with the trigger pull to shoot the sword out. Honestly, that does still sound a little more straightforward. To be honest with you, I have not played Metal Gear Rising or Revengeance, so I have no idea about Jetstream Sam's sword. I've seen things, but nothing I can confirm. Fill that up a little bit. Still haven't figured out the gun mechanisms yet. Well, if you're trying to actually build it as a functional gun, then Twitch advises me that I should not say anything about it. But yeah, I imagine that would be difficult because through a lot of history, trying to combine the gun and the sword has proved quite tricky. You always compromise on one or both. Yeah, we'll just do it like this. It's usually either the sword becomes way too heavy and cumbersome to wield, or the gun is just terribly inaccurate, or both. That it just doesn't function well as either one. Oh, did I break one? I did. Oops. Pop that back. Oh, that wasn't where it was. You were here. Problem for another time. Yep, definitely. Always nice to turn your brain off for a little bit. Thinking something like this. Yeah, I like that. That's nice and open. Trying to get the sword part to work first. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, making a sword that actually, like, stays structurally sound through something like a hinge is not an easy feat. Treading Crescent Rose. Oh man, Crescent Rose is gonna fall apart on you. I'm warning you now. Crescent Rose will fall apart on you. I can't see it doing anything else. Like that, it's a big fucking thing. It is a big fucking thing. Like, especially if you're making it to be quote unquote usable. For one, Crescent Rose is never gonna be usable. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. For 2, just whew, that's a lot of material to move around. It's a lot of heavy shit. That is just not gonna want to play nice. Like, there's a reason that people will make it out of foam, and that's just because it is unwieldy. Unwieldy when it's metal. Just why I'm treading it. Yeah. I don't doubt it in the slightest, and I don't blame you for dread. Hey, I like challenge. There we go. That's the spirit. Know what you're up against, but at the same time, don't let the dread overtake you. Good way to be. All the meanwhile, just building up these arches. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to do with the walls themselves outside of just doing this. But I feel like they do get a good bit of depth from how they're being constructed here. Which is why I did start with the vertical slabs. Just to keep it all on a relatively slim profile. Need some more slabs and bricks, honestly. So the bricks, those for slabs. There we go. Want to get into making cosplay stuff, but I plan to mostly work with EVA foam and resin, as most cosplayers usually do. Relatively sturdy materials. They're not going to hold up to a bunch of swinging around, but you don't really need them to for cosplay. They just need to look good. With proper techniques, you can make something that looks real damn good. By any chance I pull Miracle out of my ass and by some grace that someone's God it works, it'd be fantastic. That's the kind of shit that makes nerds the world over envious of you. Can confirm. Am that nerd. Would be envious. Nope. Nope. Not what I wanted either of you to do. God, is there a way to, like, stop that? Please. Easy zoom. There's no config. Damn. Okay. Maybe there's some sort of, like, I don't know, config files that I can edit later or something. Hopefully so. Hopefully. Plan to make anything that can take impact. That's where acrylic and polycarbonate things come into play. Even then, you got to be careful. Acrylic ain't exactly, you know, world-class material for taking impact. Simplest thing, Weishni's sword. Yeah, Mertenaster. It's fucking lovely. It's a very simple sword, but very elegant design. I love the designs of all the weapons in Ruby. They're all just fucking gorgeous. Depending on whether or not you were actually to make it fire something, I dare say that Ember Celica would be easier. But if you're actually intending it to fire something, it would be a little bit more complicated than Mertenaster. Well, Ren's, honestly, I want to say it's something Lotus. I don't remember the name of Ren's weapon off the top of my head. Polycarbonate's what they make those battle-ready lightsabers out of these days. I've seen those things take one hell of a massive beating. Yeah, but you have to take care of it in a very particular way. You have to build it in a sturdy way. Because remember, it is still plastic. It is still plastic. Night, baby. Hope you have a good sleep. Yeah, it'll come to me later. That or I'll just look it up and be like, ah, damn, that's what it was. But then I never really paid as much attention to Team Juniper as I did to the others. So how high would this go? Another 4, I'd say. Oop. Oh, and we have the water. And it's gone as quick as it happened. What? Okay, then. Coco's Gatling gun suitcase. Hell yes. That thing is class. That thing is style. The real question is building some of Penny's swords. Simple if you don't want to use them like her. But if you're trying to, like, draw up the fishing line to use them in a similar way, oh boy. That would be a trial. What am I thinking for this? I'm going to make just like a little corner of it here. Just for the purposes of illustration. I have no more on me. That's okay. Want to use fishing line? Yeah, but I'm saying, like, as an example. I'm not actually saying suspend these presumably steel swords with fishing line and throw them about. That sounds incredibly dangerous. Not an attention strength. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They snap right off. Be the last mistake you ever make. Super dangerous. Just ever cosplay I want to make for like conventions or something, it's probably a pretty big undertaking. Did you tell me? I don't remember if you told me. Paracord, maybe? Yeah, if you're going for the strength of it, yeah. It'd be much easier to see, but I mean, it's not like you're trying to fool someone. We know Penny's tricks. All right, last stack of these slabs. Man, I really can't see with that sun in my eyes. And there. And there. Okay, so that's what the walls would look like. And it's actually not bad, I'd say. It's actually not a bad look to it. I'll make the Mythos version of Zero from Mega Man X-Zero series. He did say that. It's true. Pierce sword spear rifle combination. Oh, fuck. What is hers called? Oh, I know that one. Something in Milos. It's like 2 names. Something in Milos. Fuck, I can't remember off the top of my head. I also did want to see about some of these limestone chiseled bricks. What we got here for a design. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Actually, very nice design. One for her shield and weapon. Yeah. That looked cool as fuck. Not gonna lie. Okay, I'm thinking like a little something right there in the center. And maybe we get some lumber just going across. Something dark. I don't know what. Because a lot of the things I have, they don't look particularly good. Like, the oak is too bright. The birch is way too bright. Most of them are like very gray, like the pine, the acacia, all that sort of stuff. The maple's a little craggy. Maple's a little craggy. I'm not so down with that one. Gross, that's the weapon I want. Hell yeah, Harbinger. That one I know the name of. I actually said that one previous time, I believe. Harbinger's badass. Hydrate and nut. Fantastic combination. How would this look? I'm not convinced. The stripped logs, the maple. I'm not convinced. It gets a lot. You gotta hydrate with that nut, essentially, yeah. A Harbinger is a badass weapon. Any of like the 3-phase weapons are all just great in my opinion. Then instead of just 2 things, sword or gun, it becomes a 3rd thing as well. You just added an extra level of complexity to the weapon design that I just adore. Absolutely adore it. I want to go out here and see if I can find some more hickory. Maybe we can use the hickory. No, not the maple. Maybe we strip down the hickory and it'll go well with everything else. Might make it a little samey, I don't know. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. We're gonna see where we can get with it. What's the time at? Okay, we're doing good on time. I don't actually know if any of the stuff. I was so excited for like quest rewards and stuff, but I don't actually think that anything in TerraFirmaGreg gives us rewards per se. We got new or old tree, no rewards. No rewards. No rewards. No rewards. No rewards. No rewards. Okay, so it's just for the tracking your progression. Got it. Oh, well, I already got sheepskin hide and wool. Oh, but I'd have to do it again, I guess. All Ruby's fights, I never see her use a spearhead on the bottom of the crescent rose. That's true. She never uses her pommel as like a fighting implement. She never ends them rightly. But to be fair, I think that is more artistic flair than it is like a functional bit. But yeah, it would be absolutely great. I feel like if we'd had more time with Monty, I feel like he would have found a reason for her to use that, because he was an absolute mastermind when it came to fight choreography. Nobody could orchestrate a battle like he could, and it still rings true today. Like, as nice as you can find some of the fights in later seasons of Ruby, the shit that Monty did just hits different. It just hits different. There's just something about it. It flows so well. Everything is... It makes them feel like they're truly the masters of their weapons. That they can use them in so many different and interesting ways. That they can adapt properly to anything the battle throws at them. It's fantastic. They don't have that anymore. They don't have that anymore. I've said this many a times, especially when talking about Ruby's fight choreography in particular. Ooh, I think that'll be nice. Nice stripped hickory. I think that'll go well. Yeah, when talking about Ruby's fight choreography in particular, I've mentioned this a couple of times because it's like she used to have like weight with every swing of her weapon. Like she would throw herself around bodily with every swing of Crescent Rose, and now it's just like it kind of weighs nothing in her hands now. First Nevermore fight in Deathstalker in season 1. Hell yeah. Never forget the greats. Never forget. There we go. Oh, well, some of it fell. Rest in spaghetti. Get rid of some of these twigs and sticks and shit. Don't need it. And the humus. She has had training, got stronger since then. I know. I think we've had this particular back and forth as well. But it's just it still feels like it went from having proper weight, because no matter how much training you have, Ruby's still a spindly girl. She ain't super buff. And B, it's still a heavy fucking weapon. It means you get better at throwing it around, sure, but not necessarily like it's nothing. Duck. Duck, you shall make a fine meal. Duck, come here. Duck, thank you. I don't know what that noise was. That duck was haunted. Or that, or it's haunting me now. I'm not sure. Just wanted to make a meal out of the duck. Let's see about this hickory. Let's plonk it down over there and see what we got to work with. First off, let's grab some water. There we go. And we've got cooked beef. And let's see what we got to work with. Ooh, I do like that rich, warm tone. It's less than it is with the maple. The maple, it's a little distracting. But the hickory, it's still dark. It's still nice. And we just have to figure out something for the center of this here. I feel like that's where we can introduce a third color should we want to. What would it be like with just the hickory logs? If we do like this kind of thing. Let's build it up. Hold on. I was uncertain about it at first, but now, like, together, it kind of... You know what? That's not terrible. I don't hate it. It's got that mottled color. It's got like that mottled grays and browns and such. It's very busy, but it's not as busy as I thought it would be. don't know. Guys, let me know. Am I going crazy here? Am I going crazy for thinking that this doesn't look bad? I don't know. I genuinely don't. Oh, I still got some maple logs on me. Don't know why. Let's see it outside of like a... outside of the corner. Oh, here's where we're getting into something. Right, these become 7. So there's 6 in the corners and there's 7 along the sides. No. Not the wood pile. Honestly, the more I'm building it, the more I'm liking it. I'm thinking this is the design. I'm thinking this is what we go with. Oop, not there. Okay. That makes for an interesting building experience. You break one, they all go. Cool. Grab you. Chisel you into some more chiseled brick. There we go. Oh, and that's the last of that. I do have to make some more of the bricks, which I guess I can show how I make the bricks. Is we've got a whole bunch of mortar over here. I should actually just bring the mortar over. Whole bunch of mortar made from what we had left of the sand, but we can get more sand. That's no big thing. Toss a bunch of it in there, and actually let's keep 4. 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks of the stones. I'm going to chisel these boys into bricks. Three, 4, and 5. Bronze chisels putting in some fucking work, let me tell you. Then we just alternate them. Boom. Limestone brick. A whole mess of them. And we'll chisel them again to get the chiseled brick. At least for some of them. We don't need exclusively chiseled brick from here on out. Hello. There we go. We can just keep going like this. The hickory is honestly going to take the longest amount of time. But the bricks we can keep. Oh boy. Red alert, people. This is not a drill. I do still have to extend that one. Ghosty, appreciate the raid, bud. How's it going? How you doing? How was the Minecraft? What were you doing? To anyone who doesn't know who I am, hello, my name is DJ. I'm a comfy engineer and VTuber who does a little bit of everything from survivals to Souls-likes and everything in between. And tonight we are doing TerraFirmaGreg. We're actually starting to build a house here. I haven't had a house in this the entire time we've been playing. So it's about damn time that I actually do it. But yes, how are you doing? How was the stream? How is everything? Just how all the things. I'll expect answers to all these questions at the end of the period. Lots of fun was playing a mod pack put together that's made me love playing again. Oh, that's lovely. What kind of mod pack you got going? If you can't tell, I am interested in the Minecraft mod packs. But on the other hand, if you need to raid and go, that's all good. Same for anyone who came in on the raid. If you need to get up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do. Maybe grab a bite to eat or some water. Then you go ahead and do that. We're probably going to be ending off pretty soon, actually, because I am drop dead tired. I usually go for a bit longer than this, but today has been a tiring kind of day, and I kind of just want to sleep. We all have those days. It's perfectly fine to have them. But yeah, we made a rather unsuccessful attempt at getting papyrus and what else were we looking for? Kaolinite. We were looking for kaolinite. And yeah, we couldn't find any. So at least we got some food and we came back to work on the house. And it's coming together. We got ourselves the start of a floor texture. Don't know what I'm going to do for the roof just yet. I got this lovely courtyard out here that will be something in the making. As soon as I'm able to make it. Just toss that out. All of this lovely hickory. We got just growing up. It's got origins, cooking, farming, exploring stuff, better combat, some other stuff. Made in hopes I can get a server up to play with others on and share with them. Oh, that does sound lovely. I know Origins have been making... That's been making the rounds for a while now. I remember playing on the Apotheosis server and they had Origins on. These are still going. But yeah, I haven't played too much with the Origins mod, but it does seem pretty fun. And better combat, I'm always about. Exploration, always good. Hey, Mr. Nobody, how you doing, bud? Well, mod pack, we are playing the TerraFirmaGreg mod pack. It is a lovely time. Not for the faint of heart, for sure. Because it is a rather difficult mod pack to progress in. It makes things significantly harder to do. But we are progressing all the same. We are up to the Iron Age thus far. Which means we are nearly at the point where we can start building machines. Because I believe machines are off in the Steel Age. We engineer, hell yeah. That is the name of the game. Chisel up some more of them. And plonk them down. I just picked up that rock. Yep, I sure did. Get rid of it. Don't need it. Now where we're going. And how much do we need now? We need 8 more. And boom. Just like that, we've got all of these little centerpieces in the floor. Now, if only we had more hickory. But hopefully, these will grow up and give us exactly what we're asking for. How much time do they have? Oh, they got a week. Ugh, that's gonna be a while. That's gonna be a while. Because the floor is made of hickory, the walls are made of hickory. If I know myself to any measure, and I probably do, the ceiling will be hickory. Just because that's what it is. I think this is a promising start to a house. I do have to think about the entrance. It's a little hard to get to as it is. Maybe I should just, yeah, let's clear out all this bullshit. Get rid of all this. Maybe we'll see a good way to get over here. I mean, we could just slab this up, I suppose. And that's a decent way, or we can just slab this part over. That's probably the best way to do it. Well, maybe not the best way to do it, but it is a way to do it. That's probably a good way to do it. Yeah, we've just got the spring right here for us to regenerate our health, heal our injuries, lick our aching wounds. We will need to do something about the farm. That's for sure. Have to look into getting into glass blowing. That way we can actually, yeah, make the greenhouse stuff. So I'm looking at this right. Yeah, it's a lot of copper rods, which kind of sucks because it's a lot of copper that we don't have. But on the other hand, if I succeed with my copper mine over there, if you can see the CU, which I actually haven't explained. So I've been trying to get into the quarrying sort of thing. And the copper and iron mines here, the ones that actually have the like element designation, they're going to be the ones that are essentially deep quarries. So hopefully that will yield a good bit of copper, because as right now, I mean, we got a good bit of copper here, but it's not a whole lot. And we do get a whole lot of stuff from that, from those mines that we can't actually use. And some of it we can't even carry, which is kind of weird. Because some of it's just like radioactive or just like hazardous to handle, like lead. We can't carry the lead with us because lead is just not good for you. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end it off for now. But don't go anywhere just yet because we're going to try and find somebody to raid ourselves. So let's hop over there. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and close that out. And let's see who we can go ahead and raid out to. Those of you that came in with the raid, I appreciate y'all very much. And it's wonderful to see everybody. If you enjoy the things that you see here and you feel like sharing some love with it, then by all means, drop the channel a follow. It really does help and helps me to know that what I'm doing is worth a damn. And on top of that, we are trying to get to 420 for the haha funny number. Once we do, I will actually be doing a D&D one-shot with some of the Apotheosis members, where I'm actually DMing for the first time in a very long time. So hopefully that'll actually go well. I have no idea if it will. I do still want to see one more thing, if I can get the mic audio to properly sync up. I don't know if I can. Let me see here. Advanced audio properties. Let's bump this up to like 100 milliseconds. I don't know if that's any better for you guys. So it's fine. I'll go ahead and deal with stuff in between the episodes. But I think I've got someone to raid out to. So thank you guys so very much for watching this one. If you enjoy what we do here, then we've got the YouTube down below with all the VODs. And if you're on the YouTube already, come check this out. We do this live 5 times a week on Twitch. It's a wonderful time, and I wish you could be here with us. If you want to help support us, best ways to do so are just to watch, follow, and tell your friends, because I'm terrible at advertising myself. So maybe you can help out. All wonderful ways, all absolutely free. But if you want something a little less free, then we got the throne for equipment, the coffee for donations, and the subscriptions on Twitch for the badges and the emotes and all those lovely things. So that's always a fun time. Also, get fucked, bot. Haha. Have to be sure to say that whenever it comes by. Good job, Sari, on catching it. And we are going to raid out to Shemaya, who is doing the Pokemon trading card game. I've heard good things about the Pokemons. So let's go ahead and start that raid and join in if you feel like giving some love to a fellow content creator who's just trying to make their way in this crazy fucking industry of ours. And there is the raid call. For anyone who is subscribed, you can just copy it outright. For anyone who's not, just say facility raid. I'll know where you're from. She'll know where you're from. It's all good. So once more, thank you guys so very much for watching this one. And I will see each and every one of you in the next one tomorrow for Steel Rising. But until then, this concludes tonight's broadcast.